Hello again, everyone. Welcome to RedHawk Football Weekly. I'm Terry Bridge, filling in some big shoes here today for Steve Baker, and I'm happy to report that Steve is recovering very well at home from his car accident, and we look forward to him coming back very, very soon. All right, the RedHawks get a huge win on Saturday at home over Eastern Michigan, 44-30. Big day, and the RedHawks ran the football well, and joining us, Chuck Martin. I know that makes you happy. 295 yards rushing is outstanding.
Yeah, and we held them, I think, to 60. So if you have that big a rushing advantage, you're going to have a great chance to win a football game. You know that. Anybody knows anything about football? If you can stop the run and you can run the ball, you're going to have a better chance to win. So really good team victory. Played really well in all three phases. We had some mistakes in all three phases that made the game closer than it probably should have been. But again, that's part of football. You make some mistakes, you got to play through it. The best thing we did is pretty dominant first 28 minutes, and we're getting ready to go up 4 scores in the first half. It's 21-7, and have a fumble, and then they go 80 yards for a touchdown in a minute, and next thing you know, it's 21-14, and a little bit, all of us come off the field feel the same way, not very good about how the half ended, and a team that you feel like, man, we were close to putting them away. Now it's a dogfight, but really good job by the assistant coach at halftime, regrouping their guys and getting us for hey, we were outplaying them. We had a bad last 2 minutes. Let's go back to outplaying them. And obviously we took off in the third quarter and extended our lead. So really good team victory again. Special teams was fantastic. They were really good on Saturday, and we're excited. Every time we send our special teams unit on the field, we're excited. Obviously, offense, as you alluded to, ran the ball for 295s. We also threw the ball very efficiently, had 2 touchdowns through the air, no interceptions. Daquan played his best football game for us. He was fantastic the whole game. 4 touchdowns, great decision-making, great job getting us out of trouble. And then our defense, other than a couple big plays, pretty much dominated the football game.
One other thing before we get into the highlights of this game. Third down had been an issue for your football team, no question about that. Not so Saturday, though, man. 11 of 15, that's outstanding. And you had a drive there with 20 plays, which is almost unheard of, and that took over 11 minutes off the game clock. There were 3 of those third downs, I think maybe even 4, that were converted in that possession.
Yeah, no, really good job. We were 1 for 1 on fourth down, so really, if you count that, you're 12 for 15 on third down, because the one time we didn't get, we actually got it the next time. So only punt 3 times. Yeah, 20 play drives are hard to come by, and we had some huge third down conversions in that drive, obviously, and a lot of good execution. We couldn't run 3 plays in a row right against Wisconsin, and we go on a 20-play drive, and we execute all the way down the field. So really good for our offense. Obviously great for our defense to sit on the bench for 11 straight, almost a whole quarter they sat on the bench. When they came on the field, they late in the second quarter, they only defended 9 plays the whole first half. So. Right. And our defense did the same thing a week ago for us in the first half against Akron. That's what we always talk about, complementary football and team football. We don't care what it looks like. We're all out there playing for each other. Defense kept us in the game against Akron. Offense kind of controlled the whole first half. Not that the defense was playing bad. Defense was playing great, but we pretty much controlled the whole first half. We just kept getting on the field and moving the ball and scoring points. And so, again, that's what happens. And there's all sorts of different styles of games. And you don't really go into planning on having the ball for that much. We had the ball for 42 minutes, but if that's how the game plays out, you'll take it.
All right. Neither team could get things going early, but on their second offensive possession, the RedHawks got it going, starting with Jordan Brunson.
Yeah, good job. And the precursor things come. Really good job up front. And Jordan does a good job finding the hole, and then runs through a couple arm tackles and gets us a nice chunk run right off the bat.
And he's a powerful dude at 6 feet, 230 pounds. He can get out there after getting through the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and he's fast too, and he's very physical, and when he lowers his shoulder, he can deliver a blow.
All right, first third down of the day, and Brian Shane gets his first grab of the day, and that's a little shovel pass, I believe, inside, isn't it?
Yeah, no, we throw a little shovel pass here. We got a little option read, and DQ reads it good. A lot of the little subtle things they did well, just reads the play correctly, gets the ball to Shane, we get a key first down.
And Brian is a guy that came back after maybe not was going to come back. Good to see Brilliant Isom out there as well, as he gets 7 on first down.
Yeah, and again, Isom stepped up, Colsey out with an injury, and Isom stepped up and had a really nice game for us and gets us a good first down play. We get 7 yards on first down. You're 2nd and 3. You're going to have a lot of success when you're 2nd and 3.
And then DQ kind of gets going here with his legs, huh?
Yeah, and again, Good read off the bat. Now, these are the mental things I'm talking about, DQ. Great read off the bat. Then he pulls it. Then he makes the linebacker miss and turns an 8-yard gain into a 25-yard gain. Here's a great look at it right here. One-on-one on the backer. Just outruns the backer, turns the corner, and turns it into a chunk play.
What a weapon. No question about it. And then first and goal are actually Jordan Brunson. Let's see here.
This is another third down conversion. Again, the little things that DQ does. No one's open. He scrambles, gets us the first down right there. And again, you forget about those plays. There was a scramble for 6 yards on 3rd and 5, but then 2 plays later, we're putting the ball in the end zone. So again, good decision. Didn't like what he saw down the field. Good job getting north and south. Good job knowing where the chains are and getting us a first down to the 1-yard line.
And then it's Jordan Brunson going into the end zone to make it a 6-0 ball game.
Yeah. Slammed it up in there a couple times. I don't think we got in on this one, or is that the one we did?
I think we did, yeah, right there.
Yeah, we did get in on this one. So, again, did really good in short yardage situations. Really good physical run by Brunson. Good job getting his pads down, getting the ball in the end zone.
Next possession for Miami, 3rd and 15 right here. And DeQuan Finn hits Cole Weaver.
Yeah, great throw, great catch, but great protection. Anytime it's 3rd and 15, you're going to have to protect a little bit. We do a really nice job in protection. Cole runs a good route. It's actually pretty darn good coverage. DQ throws a nice level 2 ball. Cole Weaver goes up and gets us a huge first down. The one you forget on the 20-play drive is the 3rd and 14, 3rd and 15 pass completion for a first down.
And that's the first of 3 straight 3rd down pickups by your football team.
That was the most difficult of them. Obviously, a little more manageable situation here. And again, the little things that you don't really see in the box score. 3rd down, they do a good job in coverage. DQ scrambles, Big Greg's out in front and gets us another first down with his legs. And again, it's DQ rush for 7 yards. It doesn't seem like a big deal in the box score, but it keeps the drive alive and keeps the pressure on the defense.
Yeah, this offensive line is doing a really good job here in this football game against Eastern. We talked about him being able to run the football, but also pass blocking, and of course DQ using his legs. And
yeah, another key 3rd down here. Brunson again. You're talking about physical, getting his pads down, keeping his legs short. Is that DeShante?
I think that was.
Yeah, it's Brunson. Yeah, Brunson again. Really nice job. Short yardage, physical, moving the pile for us.
DeShante's coming up here, maybe.
Then,
nope. This is
good to have Ringer back.
Yeah,
good read by DQ. Good read by DQ, and then got Ringer out in the flat. Beat the coverage. Good throw. Good catch. Good job by Ringer. We missed Ringer the last couple weeks. Got hurt pregame at Northern. Does so many things well for our offense, particularly with Kenny Tracy out. Here you go. Beautiful pass by DQ. Good route by Ringer. Good job getting it to the pylon.
Good to have him back, no question. And he gets his first touchdown of his career right there with that reception. And I believe here, let's see, is that Brunson again?
Yep,
running
again.
the football? Yeah.
Another stop for our defense, or actually they scored. They scored a 14-0, cut it 14-7. Big drive for our offense to answer. Great job as you're talking about the O-line blocking. Look at that hole. And then Brunson does a great job getting north and south right there and picking up a 20-yard chunk run for us.
Yeah, he's definitely a north and south runner. If I were a DB, I wouldn't want to come up and hit a guy 6 feet, 230 pounds. Is this the Brian Shane show here, Coach, coming up?
Yep.
3 straight completions to him?
Great job. DQ makes a guy miss in the backfield. A lot of times this is just a throwaway on this play. They got a guy in DQ's face. Shane runs a great route, nice throw, nice catch. But yeah, this was the Brian Shane drive. We hit him 3 times in a row. Bootleg here, really good throw in between coverages, over the underneath coverages, in between the deep coverage. Really nice touch pass. Good job by Brian. Can't jump at the end. We don't like when they jump. And then the very next play, at it again.
Touchdown here, yeah.
And then good job by DQ making the edge guy miss before we get the ball to Shane. Then good job Brian getting the ball in the end zone for us. So three plays, 3 catches, 60-some yards, and a touchdown. And again, like you alluded to, Brian started here as a walk-on, has helped us win games for many years. Amazing program kid. Got his first catch in the end of the bowl game against Colorado State, and during mop-up time was going to kind of fade off in the sunset with his first catch. And we talked him into coming back. I said, man, I think you're going to be a pretty big part of this thing next year. And he has been. He's really saved us this year, and he's an amazing kid, amazing young man, amazing family. And like I said, went from being an unbelievable program kid to a starting tight end for us and doing a lot of great things.
Yeah, his first touchdown of his career. It's 21-7. The RedHawks defense go to work here.
Yeah, huge play again by Handru. But again, pressure causes bad decisions by quarterbacks. Pressure causes bad decision by quarterbacks. We get in his face. He makes a bad decision, and Corbin Handru, as always in pass coverage, is where he should be. We got a chance to really extend it here. Unfortunately, we do not. We put together we got a first down already. We have a nice little gain here on first down, but we don't have good ball security, and we fumble the football. So disappointing. With Dom Zobin, you know that you already got 24 on the board. Dom's going to make it. You're hoping you punch in there, get to 27. They immediately go down and score on like 4 plays, take advantage of the turnover. We don't play good defense, and now, again, you're sitting there comfortably thinking like we are dominating this football game. You look up at halftime, it's 21-14, and that's how sports go sometimes. And I always tell our guys, how you react to bad situations determines a lot of what happens in the future. And most of the world panics. When things go bad, we point the finger, we blame, we panic, we get down, we sulk, we pout, we do whatever. And that usually leads to more bad stuff happening. Your mental frame of mind can change what the future is. And just because something bad happened, yes, we're upset, we're down, we're frustrated, whatever. We all are. Like I say, you don't feel any different than we feel. Like we all feel the same way. Now let's somehow get that swallowed and realize it wasn't good, and let's move on. And let's have better. Let's correct those mistakes along the way, but let's just keep playing our game, and we did in the second half.
All right, 21-14 is what the RedHawks took into the locker room. We'll be back to talk about the second half of this 44-30 Miami win over Eastern Michigan. We'll continue on with more after this on RedHawk Football Weekly.
Water bottles piling up, Soppy? Before recycling, please empty, crush, and put the cap back on.
Make your recycling count.
Welcome back into RedHawk Football Weekly. I'm Terry Bridge filling in for Steve Baker. Chuck Martin, of course, the head coach of the Miami RedHawks, along with us. All right, you had a 21-14 lead at the half. Eastern's moving the ball. They get down inside your 40-yard line, but your leader back there at safety, Eli Blakey, puts it into that.
Yeah, biggest play of the game. They had a good momentum with the play at the end of the first half, and then they're driving. They got a chance to cut the lead or even tie the game. Great pressure, as you'll see here. Pressure leads to bad decisions, and Eli's in the right spot. But we get up in his face. Malcolm McCain forces the bad throw, and then Eli's the beneficiary. And again, huge play at that point in the game. The biggest play to me of the whole game is right there.
I agree with you. All right, starting at your own 45, you make quick work of getting down the field, starting with Braylon Isom.
Yep, again, good first down, good first drive starter, hit Isom, and get a 17-yard gain right off the bat and get the ball moving right after the interception. And then we come right back with the run game, which was so effective in the first half, and Jordan Brunson was so effective in the first half. And really good job up front, as you'll see, really well blocked up. And Brunson hits a hole right out the front door, runs through one arm tackle, and then, again, for being a big man, he can also run. Thought he got in. They said he didn't get in.
Did he step out of bounds?
I couldn't tell. And again, sometimes we don't have the best angles. So, but it was great play and got us obviously inside the 2-yard line. And again, looked like we got in there, but it's hard to tell. And again, sometimes you don't have great replay angles in there. But great run, great blocking up front, and sets us up. And again, short yard situation. Good job here by DQ, taking what the defense gives you. We've been slamming it up inside, and then DQ pulls it in and wraps it and runs around the outside and gets us a touchdown. So really, really nice job by the defense start the second half. Eastern had some momentum at halftime, and they took it away with the big interception.
Yeah, it's 28-14, you guys, the good guys, I'll say. And after a defensive 3-and-out, Eagle punt, Miami sets up shop at their own 47. Josh Ringer will get the carry on first down.
Yeah, really nice run. Good push by our lineman on first down. And then come back on second down and hit Cam Perry for a nice gain, get the first down. Again, good read by DQ. Take what the defense gives you. Don't try to do too much. And we're methodically moving the ball down the field just like we did on the first half.
Yeah, third down comes up again, 3rd and 8, and Finn hits Billups Williams for the first down.
Yeah, the plays you don't remember on the scoring drives. And again, great job by DeQuan. Good protection, but DeQuan steps up, scrambles, finds Lionel. Lionel makes a great catch, pretty well defended. DQ had to kind of lead him away from the defender, and Lionel reaches out, makes a tough grab on third down, as you'll see here. Great job stepping up in the pocket. Great job extending the play. Great catch by Lionel. And again, you forget about the 12-yard gain. You remember the touchdowns, but that's the huge play in the drive.
A few plays later, here comes DQ again.
Yep. Again, good job, decision-making, ball handling, and we're right back. And again, besides that little snafu at the end of the first half, we didn't play very well. You could be up 42-7 at this point in the game. So great job, response by our whole football team.
And you guys up 35-14. With the Eagles down by 3 touchdowns, less than 15 minutes remaining, the Eagles punt from deep in their own territory, but it didn't happen.
Yes, no, we'll take it. It's 4th time we've scored on special teams. We got a kickoff return for a touchdown. We got 2 safeties and a block punt for a touchdown. So, again, we've done a good job pressuring punters, and you force people into mistakes.
So it's 37-14 midway through the 4th after an Eagle TD and 2-point conversion. The RedHawks go on a long drive. And starting at 25, Deshaunte Jones gets into the end, or a big run there.
Yeah, great job up front, as you'll see again. And Deshaunte rips it to a giant seam, and then again makes a guy miss it, runs through a tackle, and then gets some help from Isom downfield. And a huge chunk run. And again, our offense doing a good job again in the 4th quarter, assaulting games away. And 3 weeks in a row we've done it. And we got to continue to be able to do that in those situations.
Yeah, I believe it's Jones getting into the end zone here.
No, another good run. Another good run by Deshaunte. Again, another good hole. Again, starting to wear them down. Again, the more you run the ball, the tougher it is on those D linemen. They're starting to get worn down. Our offense line does a really good job. Good job by Deshaunte getting vertical, and then good finish on the run.
Yeah, this is Chuck Martin football right here, sulking the game away. You're right. And sending those big backs through the line of scrimmage with this offensive line, you're right, the defense just gets a little bit worn down.
Yeah, really good push again, and Deshaunte gets in, and again, they'd cut it to 2 scores. We go on a nice long drive, take 6 minutes off the clock. They have to burn a timeout or 2, and we get a touchdown to boot. Much like the last few weeks when we've had opportunities with the lead in the 4th quarter to salt the game away, we've been able to do it. And credit to our offensive line, and credit to our running backs, credit to our quarterback who does some running too in those situations.
A lot.
So it's important. It's team football. Defense, if we get stopped, they got to go out there and get us a stop, which I know they'll do. But it's nice when they don't have to go out there, when they cut it to 2 scores and 6 minutes go off the clock and you're up 3 scores, and we actually get to put our backups in at that point, let them play a little bit in the 4th quarter.
Big win, 44-30 was the final score, as Eastern Michigan did get another touchdown in the 2-point conversion, but the RedHawks now have won 4 in a row. And coming up will be Western Michigan, and that will be next Saturday. That game is set to start at 3:30, and Coach and I will be back to talk a little bit about that after this. More on RedHawk Football Weekly after this. Back on RedHawk Football Weekly, I'm Terry Bridge. Chuck Martin joining us here. The Western Michigan Broncos come to town on Saturday. Game time's 3:30. It's a big one. And this is a good football team you're going to be playing once again, as they're all tough in the Mid-American Conference. And they're a team that's won 4 in a row, just as you have. I don't know, you guys kind of mirror each other a little bit. You both started 0-3. And you now have put it together over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, and like we talked about earlier, like they're a really good football team. You know, they've got a couple losses to Big Ten teams, and then they lost in overtime to North Texas, who only has 1 loss all year. And North Texas is that was a great football game. Both teams played phenomenal. And Western lost in overtime to 0-3, and then they regrouped, and they had a huge win over Toledo after that. Held Toledo at 13 points. Their defense has been spectacular. Giving up 220 yards a game their last 4 games. They held Ball State to 88 yards last weekend, which is almost impossible to do in this day and age of college football. They're really, really physical up front. The Nadeem Tucker kid's got 8 sacks and 22 hurries in 7 games, which is, they're talking about Khalil Mack type numbers and Khalil Mack type presence, and it's every play. It's not just in the passing game. He's dominant in the run game, but they're really good other than him up front. They've got really good backers. They got really talented. They play 6 or 7 DBs that are really talented. The Halla kid's a great player. Known him since high school. Unbelievable. He kind of runs the show. He's been back there for 3 years at their safeties all over the field, does a lot of different jobs for him. Then offensively, the Brock Rudder kid, we recruited out of high school. He went to Indiana. We loved him, from Ohio and Canfield, and just a winner. Like, first of all, like, Brock's really talented. He can run and throw. He's the leading rushes on the team. He has the most carries by on the team, so he's a great runner, but he can really throw the ball also. But the more important, he's just a competitive winner. We love the kid out of high school. And just who he was and all his, kind of thought he was like a Gus Ragland, coming out of high school, was that type of kid. And then the Buckley kid was a freshman year of the league 2 years ago, and he's an experienced back behind an experienced line. And then they got a bunch of quad receivers. So they're really good. They run the ball, they throw the ball over your head. They don't give up anything on defense since conference play started. They don't give points, yards, first downs. They just give up punts and they get turnovers. Mostly right. Since conferences started, if you just get the fourth down and can punt it, that's pretty good against their defense, because they're getting also turnovers before that are game-changing plays, and they're getting sacks. So, like I said, if you can get the 4th and 10 and punt it, and you don't get sacked or a tackle for loss, so we've got our work cut out for it in all phases. And this is, like I said, this is why you come to Miami. Come to Miami to play in meaningful games and big games that have great impact. And this is a huge football game in the MAC Conference.
No question, it's a big one. It's also Cancer Awareness Contest, Family Weekend, a lot going on.
Yeah, and again, we had a great last Thursday night. We do it all month, and we, Thursday night, all our team, our Yoch does an amazing job. Our night to light walk, which we partner with the Blood Cancer Society, and we've done it for 12 years, and we raised over $20,000. Our football team raised over, and there was help from the community and other people, but our football team's project raised over $20,000 to help, continue to fund research for a cure for all sorts of blood cancer. And we had a great night, a very sad night, but a very uplifting night, all the same thing. Then we followed up this weekend with the cancer ribbons on our helmets, and representing what form of cancer that you've had to deal with in your life, a loved one has had to deal with. So it's a pretty cool game. Brings national awareness every year when we put these ribbons on our helmets. We were on ESPN Game Day multiple times, and it's a pretty awesome thing to not only promote something that binds everybody, but also raise money for it.
Outstanding, Coach. We did this.
Thank you.
All right. I think the shoes still don't fit, though. Yeah. Steve Baker might be back here pretty soon.
We think Baker's doing very well, and we hope he's doing well.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Hopefully get a speedy recovery for him and get back, but we appreciate you sitting in for him.
All right, brother. No problem. A big one coming up on Saturday. Western Michigan comes to town. We hope to see you here at Yager Stadium, where Miami has been outstanding over the years. I think that number now is 27 or 28-6 or 28-7 over the last 34, 33 games, whatever it has been. But we want to see you at Yager Stadium. 3:30 will be the kickoff, and of course we'll have it for you on the Miami Sports Network. Airtime will be 2:30 there. For Chuck Martin, I'm Terry Bridge. Thanks for joining us on RedHawk Football Weekly.